Hi, Tom Albani, greaterpitching.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching again. I wanted to post this video up a little bit earlier this time because I want to use it as an extension of the previous video where I talked about how to get momentum early by using the hips to drive through further and a little bit sooner in the delivery. That'll give you that power angle in the back leg. So the force vector of the back leg that Brent Porcio talks about a lot is in the right angle early enough in the delivery to drive the mass of the body down. But today, let's focus on the back foot because we need to backtrack to get to the back foot, because if the back foot does not work correctly, most of this you're going to struggle with, and you're probably going to be more of an upper body pitcher once you get to release point or once you get to foot plant. So what does the back foot do to enable us to use the forces of our body correctly? Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to keep it down. You got to keep the back foot down all the way out until the time comes where you're about to start turning the foot. That's when the back foot gets activated. Too often we see the youth pitcher or the amateur pitcher, even in the adult leagues, these guys do the same thing. They start turning the foot this way because they get onto the inside part of the foot. The heel starts to lift, the hips start to turn a little bit, internal rotation starts, the knee starts to collapse, and now they've lost the efficient transfer of forces. So how do you avoid that? Well, when you're up into your stride, think about driving the pitching rubber back towards second base. That'll keep the knee in a good stable position. That'll keep it in torsion so that you're not getting that internal rotation there. That'll keep the hip from turning too soon. Because remember, you don't want this leg drive to really start initiating until the front foot begins to turn. That's when you want to get onto the inside part of the foot. And notice how I'm starting to turn the foot here. Boom, and then the knee gets kicked out. Then it gets kicked. There's a nice kick. There's a good extension from the ankle there. In the amateur pitcher, you see the heel come up, and then there's a turn. There's like this lazy rollover effect. That's not a drive. The drive comes at the very end of the delivery where you're about to turn the foot to land. So it is a timing issue. Practice this. This could take weeks. It could take months. Depending on your abilities, it could take an entire winter season. So practice this. Foot's got to stay flat on the ground, keeping that heel down. Drive the rubber back towards second base while you're moving the mass of the body out. As you're ready to turn, fire that ankle into front foot plant. And that'll give you some good hip to shoulder separation, and we'll talk about that next week. All right, I hope that helps you out. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll talk about the upper body.